genre.
Hello and welcome back to Rocky Minute, the daily podcast where we sneak into the ring of Rocky 2 one hatless minute at a time.
Let's quit.
Jay loves my new season 2 intros. I'm Doug.
And I'm Jason.
And back for round 2 is Matt Marchand from Studio Red Band and Rambo Mania. We had him join us last season for Rocky 1, and he came back for some more fun. Welcome, Matt.
Hello. Glad to be back, and congratulations on season 1 once again. And looking forward to the rest of season 2.
Yeah, we're running a little behind on recording, so hopefully we nail our October release like we want to. But today we're knocking out minute 6, which begins with Rocky searching for Adrian, and it ends with an ambulance zooming down the street.
Wow.
You specifically requested the ambulance and the hospital minutes, right, Matt?
Yeah, I love the whole intro to this movie. Like, it's my personal favorite intro in the franchise. It's really, next to Rocky 5, I think that's a really great intro, too.
I think that's the last time those words will be spoken, next to Rocky 5. How do you feel about, like, the first 5 minutes or 5.5 minutes of Rocky 2 being the last 5.5 from Rocky 1?
It's almost 100% perfect, except for they cut out the cut me, Mick. I didn't like that, but everything else in it is amazing. It really ramps. It brings you back to the first one, and it ramps you up for the second one so much. It's like a foreshadowing, because like the whole movie is like torturing the hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the hero comes back at the end. Spoilers, but this is like a great way of saying, oh my God, can he ever live up to that again?
Yeah, they streamlined the end a little bit, and they ADR'd all the lines over, where they redubbed all the lines and everything, and the sound of it is a little wonky to me. But
wonky? What does it even mean?
Wonky. It's like it doesn't fit. It's a little off, but I mean, we discussed it a little bit last week. But so we'll jump into minute 6. We're at the part of Rocky 1 where Rocky's yelling Adrian and Adrian's yelling Rocky. Apollo is declared the winner when Paulie's trying to get into the ring, and the cop stops him. He's my friend. He's your friend. He's everybody's friend. Remember that, cop?
Yep.
Where's your hat? All the
good stuff.
All the fishing line.
Yep, the fishing line.
Yeah.
The thing that this does for me, though, also they replay the ending before the beginning of the new movie, is it reiterates with you that, because a lot of times you have sequels and they've taken place like years after or months after or a period of time after, and this sequel takes place like we're just continuing right from where, and kind of reiterates that. Mm-hmm. If they didn't replay this, like you have a moment in the beginning where you wouldn't maybe not realize that that this is still the same night. So bringing that back kind of connects it all together and makes you understand that this is the same. We're just moving right on with the story here. There's no period of time in between here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I think it's Rocky 3 where they start similar with the same few minutes of Rocky 2. We lost Matt. Rocky 3, they start with the last few minutes of Rocky 2, and then when the Eye of the Tiger starts, it's Rocky's title defenses. It's like a montage of Rocky's title defenses. So I don't think in that case, because they didn't pick up right at the end of Rocky 2, they maybe didn't need that, but I guess they had their brand, so they
kept it going. Matt is gone?
Matt's gone. Matt's gone.
You're kidding. Poor Matt.
So, at the beginning of the minute, Apollo was given the decision by, the judges.
Sorry about that.
Oh, hey.
Last time I had this problem.
Yeah, you boot it. You get booted, and then you join right back in.
Yeah. But what I was saying was that this shtick that they use for the intros is really cool, because, you feel like you're getting more bang for your buck. You get, like, a little bit extra to the Rocky movies with those intros. A lot of people look forward to that. I look forward to that when I watch a Rocky movie. Rocky 6 kind of let me down where they didn't really have that. I thought it really needed it. But side note trivia once again is that Rambo did the same thing in all the scripts, but in the films we never got to see that. So I guess they didn't want to go that route twice.
For the most part, it works because, like Jay was saying, that you jump into the next movie, like piggybacking off the last scene of the last movie.
Yeah,
I was saying the only time that doesn't happen is Rocky 3, where it's just the montage of his title defenses.
Well, you get a little bit of it, but
but also
very
back in the 70s, there was no DVDs. Was it, when did VCRs come out? Was it?
I don't know, but we've anytime we look this up, we've been shocked about it.
So it's the answer machine one from like really
we find out VCRs came out in 1942.
But also, this movie came out, what was it, 1978?
79.
79. So this is 3 years after the first one came out. So nowadays, if you saw a movie and you really liked it, and it's 3 years later, you've probably seen it more than that first time you saw it in the movies. You probably saw it in the movies, and you've probably seen it a bunch more times on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever they have nowadays, Laserdisc. You've probably seen it a bunch more times. Yeah. But there's a 70s, so you probably saw this in the movies, and now Rocky 2's come out. You probably haven't seen Rocky 1 since you saw it in the movies 3 years ago. So it's kind of a little bit of a refresher. A thought just occurred to me. It's kind of like the scrolls in Star Wars. The trolls?
The scrolls?
Scrolls.
The opening scroll, where they set up the movie for you, so you know exactly where you are when the movie begins. But that makes a lot of sense because the next time anybody probably saw Rocky 1 after seeing it in the theater was at the network television release. So who knows? It wasn't like just at your fingertip.
All those PBS marathons where they would show Rocky like every marathon.
All of them? All the Rockies?
Probably.
Or they just kept showing Rocky 1 over and over again.
Yeah. Until the people start make those pledges.
Yeah.
If you don't make the pledge, we're going to play it again.
Good old PBS. But at the beginning of the minute, Apollo is given the decision, and the whole I didn't go back to Rocky 1 to rewatch this part, but the whole Rocky and Adrian uniting in the ring, behind all the chaos, you hear Jurgens mumbling something into the microphone. It's unintelligible. You really can't hear what he says, except at 21 seconds in the minute, you hear him say, "For Creed!" And then at 30 seconds, as the music starts building again, he says, "Apollo Creed!" So what the hell is he talking about? That he keeps hitting that Apollo Creed. But I don't know. It's probably just filler sounds to play behind to illustrate the chaos that's going on in the ring. But after the back and forth, I love yous. There's a ton of them. Rocky 1 ends. Yeah. Rocky 1 ends. We ended a freeze frame.
I went to see that in the theater for the 40th anniversary screening, and we were walking out during the credits, and people even the what do you call it? The usher. Mm-hmm. There was this lady usher, and she was just crying her eyeballs out. She was like, "I forgot how good this ending was."
Oh, really?
People were so pumped.
I bet it's got to be something to see this in a theater, or like Craig's. Was it Craig? Saw it on the Rocky steps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that must be amazing. That must be surreal.
You hear the music breaks down. We see some out of focus scenery, and we hear some bongos, a hi-hat, an ambulance siren. The music is already very different than Rocky 1.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that piece of music. A lot of people don't like it, but I like it.
Redemption?
Different. Yeah.
I like it a lot, too. It's totally Rocky 2. Anytime I hear this, it brings me right back to the ambulance scene.
Well, the song is called Redemption by Bill Conti.
Which was the subtitle of Rocky 2.
Which was the subtitle of Rocky. I thought I read somewhere that when it was released in Europe, it actually was called Redemption.
Yeah. We recorded that so many...
Yeah, that was a long time ago. We talked about how
2 months ago.
Whose redemption is it? Mm-hmm. And I think when we get to the hospital, we see whose redemption is it. Mm. We're almost going to get there.
Okay.
But one of the two men is more concerned about having this fight again than the other one. And I think that's the one that needs the redemption. I don't want to jump ahead, though.
No, we'll put a pin in it for now.
But Rocky...
When it comes to Apollo in this, like, wow. Just amazing. Amazing all the way through.
We'll cover it much later on. But the thing that we really pointed out in Rocky 1 was how Apollo was the antagonist but not a villain. He actually toes that line a little bit this movie.
Becoming a
teaser. Yeah, a little teaser for everybody. But he toes the line of becoming a villain.
Yeah. But he's the one... I know we discussed this, but he's the one that needs the redemption. Rocky doesn't have to prove anything anymore ever again. As a matter of fact, and I'll get to this when we talk about when Apollo wants to rematch and Rocky in the beginning really doesn't. Rocky... having this rematch doesn't do anything for him if he fought it, because if he has it, unless he would win, he's already proved something. And the danger is if he has it, now we know Apollo didn't really take the first fight seriously. If Apollo then takes this one seriously and comes out and knocks Rocky out in the first round, then the first one is going to look like it was just a, lucky thing, and that he really wasn't who he was. So Rocky has more to lose, has a lot to lose if he fights again. So Apollo's the one that needs the redemption to have this fight again, and not only to have a fight again, but to win, which we know we won't jump ahead.
No spoilers.
But because there's consequences also. There's consequences if Rocky wins or loses, as we see later on in the series. There's which I gotta ask this question to you guys. Do you think maybe, like, in a way, Spider Rico kind of was the biggest opponent for Rocky, like the one that took him down because he messed up his eye? And then that eye just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And then, eventually...
Was it the same eye? I know he headbutted him.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I want to say that Spider Rico opened up his left eye, and the right eye is the one that was... I think...
Rest in peace, Spider Rico. Spider Rico's passed away.
Pedro... What's his name?
Lavelle?
Pedro Lavelle. Lavelle.
Yeah.
Pour some out for our friend that couldn't make it. That's. I don't know how to answer that, Matt. To be honest,
right. Just throwing it out
there. We have the credit for Robert Chardoff Irwin Winkler Productions in yellow this time. Remember Rocky 1? All the credits were white.
Yes, with yellow. Why?
No, that's because they have more money. They can afford yellow
color.
They can afford yellow.
The sky's the limit. He's like, throw some yellow in there.
What has Robert Chardoff and Irwin Winkler been doing since Rocky 1?
I don't know. What have they been doing since Rocky 1? I had something else. Oh, go ahead. No, talk about this. And then
sure.
Are we into? What are we into?
Oh no, Raging Bull was at the same time, wasn't it?
Raging Bull, I think, was before. Oh, no, shit. Raging Bull was 1980, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It just looks a lot earlier because it's black and white. Yeah, 1980.
Yellow is a big theme for this movie.
Yeah, yellow. I don't know color theory. I haven't studied that. It's next semester's class, but I don't know why. But that's, like you said, that's the color theme of the movie is Rocky, and it's our Rocky 2 logo, our season 2 Rocky Minute season 2 logo is yellow.
Did we do that because they did it?
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Very original.
Did you want to say something? Or?
No, we're going to talk about that first, and then.
Well, since Rocky 1, the Robert Chardoff Irwin Winkler production company did a movie called Nickelodeon with starring Ryan O'Neal. Remember that name? Ryan O'Neal?
Yeah, he killed somebody, didn't he?
No.
Tatum Channing? Tatum O'Neal? Who killed her?
She's not dead.
Channing Tatum.
Are you thinking of Robert?
Who's the dead one? Channing Tatum still alive? What was he in?
Magic Mike. No, Ryan O'Neal was the production company, United Artists. The executives wanted him to star as Rocky.
We discussed that.
So that was so they produced Nickelodeon. Don't know what it's about. They also produced a Scorsese De Niro unification,
Right.
called New York, New York. Something called Valentino, Comes a Horseman, and Uncle Joe Shannon, starring and written by Burt Young, and music was by Bill Conti.
Oh, see, they
Uncle Joe Shannon.
Now, I had Tatum O'Neal was Ryan O'Neal's kid.
Yes.
Who am I thinking of that was murdered?
Natalie
Shannon Tate. Yes.
Oh, Sharon
Tate. Who was she murdered by?
Charles Manson.
Okay, not her. That's a good guess.
Natalie Wood.
Natalie Wood, who was killed by.
Natalie Wood was killed by number 2.
What is his name? Robert.
Yes, Robert
O'Neill. No.
Robert Palmer. I have no clue, guys.
That was a good guess, though. You almost had me believing it for a second. Robert Wagner.
Robert Wagner.
Thank God for the internet.
Whew.
Who was that other guy who was killing people? That really goofy-looking guy from Lost Highway. He was like that old vampire-ish guy. Damn.
Christopher Lee?
No, it's this short, little, round guy.
He was
I don't.
What was it? What was the movie?
Lost Highway.
Let's see. Google.
Blake, wasn't it Blake something Blake?
Robert Blake was tried and acquitted of 2000 of his second wife, Bonnie Lee Blake. Did he kill anybody?
I thought he did, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm usually always wrong. So
he was acquitted. So technically, for legal purposes, he didn't kill anyone, as far as we're concerned.
So we don't get
Love
sued.
didn't fit.
Yeah, so he didn't kill anyone. Oh, okay. But if you read the case, he didn't kill anyone.
Air quotes.
He may have. Anyway, sorry to our Robert Blake fans.
Yeah.
So go ahead. So we cleared up who killed who.
Just one last note about Uncle Joe Shannon. I guess the description, the tagline, not
right.
The tagline, but the movie is about a jazz trumpet player, Burt Young,
right,
who loses his wife and strikes up an unlikely friendship with a crippled boy.
Oh, wow.
So Burt Young toots the trumpet. He's like a famous jazz trumpet player. So he's not the scuzzbag that he is in the Rocky films.
Okay.
Well, that's cool. He was good in Sopranos, too.
I'll have to take your word for it, because I did not watch much of The Sopranos. Maybe like the first season or two, and that was it.
So I never watched Sopranos either.
People are yelling
I've
at
only
us.
recently rediscovered that show, like within the past few years, so I wasn't around for the big heyday.
No, it was the biggest thing in the world at the time. That's all the notes I have.
Oh, what
You had something.
I just had something on the music. The song "Redemption." You know, I liked music. Mm-hmm. Bill Conti. Has been sampled in other songs 13 times. Most famously by. Did you ever hear the song, the T.I. song, "Whatever You Like"? You could have whatever you like. You never heard it?
No.
Oh, that was a sample from Redemption.
Was it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
13 times?
13 times. Whatever You Like by T.I., Leatherface by Big Pun, Serpent's Bite by Necro, Meek Mill, for Philadelphia Born and Raised by Meek Mill, a song by Ritmus, Get Up, Get Out by DJ Static, Get Large by Tribeca, Mr. Complex, Master Ace, and Lord Tariq, Redemption by Kool-Aid, and a bunch of other people.
You know, I believe it. Because, well, the internet says it naturally, but it's the beat to it when it slows down. It's like a nice mellow kind of groovy.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say groovy? A groovy kind of beat. So I
actually have the T.I. song that You Could Have Whatever You Like on here. This is it. We go to the back of it. You don't hear it? Let's go back to the beginning because it's in the very, very beginning. The dun, 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 dun. Listen. Oh, apparently I don't know how to use a computer anymore. Oh, you mother. This.
Oh yeah.
You don't hear it?
You know what? I'll just drop a little sample of it in the edit.
Okay.
Hey Jim, You know the old sugar daddy. They be tricking, they tell them girls. I said you can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Yeah, stacks on deck, Patron on ice. And we can pop bottles all night. Baby, you can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like.
I can hear it.
That's the most famous one, but 13 times. And I got that.
You know what?
There's a website called whosampled.com, and you can put any song in it. It'll tell you any other time it was sampled. So 13 times that song was sampled.
Mostly done by hip-hop artists.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, sorry. Sorry again.
What? No, go ahead, Matt.
Oh, okay. I really love that Puff Daddy mix of the other song, the other Rocky song. Have you heard that with B.I.G.? Victory? I was always hoping they would use that for Creed.
You know? No, I mean, that sounds like it had its share of radio play, but I can't think of it right now.
There was some really good tribute videos with it where, like, Rocky, it was just all fight footage and training montage footage and stuff. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. Why don't I drop a sample of that in here?
Okay.
1, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never, business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam, who you know do it better. Yeah, right, no matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear it right. Don't make an ass out of yourself by assuming our music keeps you moving. What are you proving? You know that I'm 2 levels above you, baby. Hug me, baby, I'ma make you love me, baby. Talking crazy ain't gonna get you nothing but choke. And that jealousy is only gonna leave you broke. So the only thing left now is God for these cats. And babe, you know you're too hard for these cats. I'ma win cause I'm too smart for these cats. While they making up facts, you making up plaques.
In the commission, you ask for permission to hit him. He don't like me, him and wild wife, he was with him. You heard of us, the murderers, most shady.
Throw a sample of Big Pun, Leatherface in there too.
Is that? I'll just do a bunch of samples.
Just throw a bunch of samples in there.
The Rocky 2-minute soundtrack.
Yeah, we need our own soundtrack. Forget the Rocky 2 soundtrack. Rocky 2-minute soundtrack. All right, Matt. Why don't you? I mean, I know you're elbow deep in a lot of Rambo and Sylvester Stallone stuff. So why don't you just give us a little taste? Remember, you got 5 days, so spread it out.
Yeah, don't give it to us all in one shot.
Presently, Stallone-wise, I guess I'll plug. I'm working on a comic book show called Animat Investigations, where we try and dig up old comics, and we have a ton of Stallone comics, like going all the way back to Rocky and the G.I. Joes, but even further back. But right now we're working on Judge Dredd, about like 100, between 100 and 200 Judge Dredd stories that were tied into the movie itself, based on Stallone's likeness, recreated for the Stallone world of Judge Dredd.
Oh, that's
so we're
interesting.
Working on that right now, and it's just crazy. You know, Stallone fighting a T-Rex, Stallone fighting aliens.
Jesus,
it just gets insane, insane.
All right, yeah. So go check out Matt's stuff over there at what's the website again?
Yeah, you can find it. You can find Rambo Mania on Studio Red Band on YouTube, and you can find all the new shows that we do on Studio Red Band 2 on archive.org.
There you go. And you can find us on duelinggenre.com. Join our Facebook listeners group, Mighty Mix. Follow us on Twitter, Rocky Minute. Or email us. We have one fan that emails us, Brian Granko, who's...
Thank God. We were going to shut down our email account.
He's justifying our ownership of an email address, so thank you, Brian. And we'll come back tomorrow for minute 7 on a new episode of Rocky Minute.
What are we waiting for? Take this!
Right? Oh, yeah. He was like, he killed. So
sounds like he's killing someone back there in the other room.
He just went.
Oh God, is that making it to the recording?
Let me see.